I don't know what's in a lot of these street dudes' heads today. And I guess they feel like, well, I'm on drugs and you on drugs. And then it kind of gets me too. It's like I really rock with Boosie. But I look at it like as much as he was talking about he was on drugs. Now I don't know when he was on drugs or anything like that. But even with someone like Boosie, if I'd have caught you doing something, if I was in the streets and you was on something sketchy, I couldn't stand next to you. You were too much of a liability. And if you knew my business, but this is why I stayed out the streets and junk, because I got that mindset where it's just like, yo, all loose ends, you know, like if you showing signs of a loose ends and you can know my business and you on this stuff, I wouldn't trust. I can't get it. I don't get how in the heck you on dope and how you trusting someone on dope in the game. I don't get it. But that's why I'm out of it. And that's why I tell a lot of kids to stay out of it, is because it's nothing but fiends. And everybody's a snitch. If any, that's another thing. Like how people be wondering, like, man, everybody's snitching because everybody's on drugs. like these dudes just doing it just to just do it. They just like think about like Gunner. Think about like that whole situation. Like people talking about like, oh, Gunner snitching, Gunner. Of course he was gonna snitch. He's on drugs. like if you listen to his music and you know how much that all of them get high, how could you have not known that he or all the rest of them were gonna snitch? Even Woody, you know, Woody was probably sitting up thinking like, damn man, they got me up in here for 3 hours. I need to just start talking so I get to the streets and get back to my drugs. That's how these kids think nowadays. Like, how can you seen Gunner doing that whip it stuff? This is a dang fiend. How could you trust a fiend? Where like I said, if a lot of y'all had that 90s mindset, but a lot of y'all didn't grow up the way we grew up. We grew up clowning drug addicts. We grew up clowning drug addicts. And we grew up with common sense knowing you couldn't trust a fiend. When you got a fiend in your house, everyone know, and I have family members as fiends, and we knew like we couldn't bring them in the house, we couldn't leave certain things out, that certain things will come up missing. That was common sense, but now we like, hey, this is a fiend, come on over, like, you know, be around my kids, be around everyone. It's a joyous, trusting occasion. It was like, man, and I look back at it like, dang, times have changed. Times have really changed. And it's just god dang, like, and it doesn't make no sense to me. It's like everybody's like, oh man, Gunner snitch. Come on. Like, if Young Thug could, he snitch on someone, he could. If he wasn't the boss, he definitely snitch on someone. He's on drugs too. I don't know if that was like a setup or anything, or maybe he was jonesing real hard. Cause you gotta think about, he's in a dang cell that's no bigger than your bathroom and no drugs. I think 24 hours. No drugs, got a camera in there. You gotta imagine the literal torture that he's going through without his drugs.